Yeah, I mean, I have seen him fired up, but obviously, it's we wanted to bowl 2 overs. There's 6 minutes left. Obviously, 2 overs is a no-brainer that any team will bowl 2 overs with 6 minutes to go. But yeah, it's a bit of theatrics at the end, and yeah, we were all pumped up either way because we know how difficult it is for a batter to come into bat for 2 overs when you've been in the field all day, and we were hoping we could get a wicket there, and a wicket at the end of the day's play would have been perfect for us. And yeah, tomorrow will. I think even without that, I think we would have been fired up anyways because that's where the game stands. We have 2 days from now on with both the teams probably back to zero after 3 days of hard fought cricket. It all comes down to day 4 and day 5, so we would have been fired up anyway. So yeah, we will go out there and try and get 10 wickets as quickly as we can, and yeah, enjoy ourselves in the field. Yeah, that's something that I've strived for all my career, is to be consistent and perform on a consistent basis and be one of the guys on the team that the team can look up to and really count on. So I'm happy that the performances are coming through in the last few years. My mindset or my hunger or my passion towards the game has always been there. But yeah, in the last few years, I think the performances are showing too. In the last year or so, or in the last couple of years, I have worked on a few mental drills. Spent a bit of time with an expert who can help me with improving my reaction time, and some mental drills and games that you can play that help you get better with your reaction time and stuff like that. I think a lot of other sports use it. I've seen this in Formula One quite a lot, and yeah, I picked this up from one of the guys that I've worked with in Salzburg. I'm closely associated with Red Bull, so I had the opportunity to go there and work with some of the coaches that work with the elite Formula One guys and other adventure sports people who require a lot of this mental side of the game. So I've worked on that, and yeah, I guess that's the only thing that's been different in the last year or so. I'm happy that I'm batting at the top of the order, and I've always enjoyed batting at the top of the order. Always batted there, even I'm in my junior cricket and all my early days. I've always batted at the top of the order, so that's something that feels quite good, and I'm happy being in that place, and yeah, so happy that I'm making use of the opportunity and getting runs for the team. No, I'm just trying to do what is necessary on that day and what I feel can give me the best result on that possible day. And yeah, for now, I feel, or for this innings, I felt like that was the way to go. And when I'm opening the batting, obviously, I need to. There's a lot more responsibility for you to get your team off to a good start and make sure that you have a solid base set up for the rest of the batters to come, or for you yourself to go ahead and score a big knock and get a lot of runs on the board. So yeah, that's more or less what I think about. There are pockets in the ground that I feel I need to score off, and that can change with every wicket and every innings and every day. So yeah, it's about how I feel that day and what is the plan that I come up with in the moment, in the middle, and try and execute it. Not ideal, and there was a conversation a couple of overs before that. I told him that I'll try and get my 100 if possible before lunch. And with Bashir bowling that last over before lunch, I thought there's a good chance for me to get it. But yeah, unfortunately, I hit it straight to the fielder. It was a ball that I could have hit it for a boundary, but I hit it straight to the fielder. And then I think he just wanted to rotate the strike and see if he can put me back on strike. But yeah, it shouldn't have happened. Run out at that stage was, I think really changed the momentum, and yeah, it was disappointing, and disappointing for both of us. I think the most common thing is our love for cricket and love for batting and love for performing in difficult scenarios. We've had a lot of important partnerships in the last few years. And I enjoy batting with him. I thoroughly enjoy batting with him. It's when he's batting with me, I look at the way he bats, and I wish and I hope that I could do that. Some days I sit when there are no games and dream of playing shots like that and playing with that kind of a mindset and an attitude. But yeah, it's always just been a dream. But yeah, we do chat quite a lot about cricket and batting and the technical bit of batting as well. He was injured and in the NCA, and we were both injured, and we were at the NCA back in Bangalore, and we would see each other every day, and that's probably the first time I realized there's a lot of thought behind how he bats, and a lot of he's a deep thinker of the game, though it may not seem that way or suggest with the way he plays, but it's something that suits his game, and that's all. Obviously, for me, it's been great to understand how he thinks and get a little bit of a deeper insight into his mind. So yeah, that's probably it. And yeah, we both get along pretty well. We're great friends off the field as well. But yeah, very few things. Of course, there's a little bit of disappointment because I think we were in a really good position when I think even till just before tea time, I think we were in a really good position. Obviously, me and Rishabh got that long partnership, but we both got out. He got out just before lunch, and I got out right after lunch. That wasn't ideal. So you had two set batters in the top five who'd gotten off to a start. So ideally, you want one of them or both of the batters to go on and get a big score, and that's how you sort of get ahead in the test match. So yes, that is disappointing. A lot of players got starts, and we couldn't convert it and get bigger scores that would have put us ahead of the test match. But as it stands, I think it's quite even.